Good morning to all the students of class 12th political science once again here. Students, I hope you all are fine at your home and also you are doing your studies properly, completing your assignments on time, making your notes. And as you know, we were continuing with our fifth chapter of our book Contemporary World Politics. And we were into the fifth chapter, and the name of the chapter is Contemporary South Asia, as you can see here. And we had finished four parts of this particular chapter. And today we are going to do the fifth part, and the fifth part topic is India and its other neighbors. But before I move forward into this particular topic, I would like to remind you that in the previous part we had done India-Pakistan conflicts in detail. But before I move forward into this particular topic, India and its relationship of conflicts and cooperation both with the other neighboring countries or the members of South Asia, I would like to revise what all important topics we have done in this particular chapter. So as we are doing world politics, but in this particular chapter we are talking about India and its neighboring countries mostly. And here you must be thinking that we are not talking about in detail about India and its political system, which system it is following since independence and before, what was the situation in India. Because in the next part of your political science, part B, we shall be studying in detail everything about India. So that is why here we are talking mostly about the neighboring countries of India. So in this chapter, South Asia, as we know, initially there were 7 countries, as I told you the names in the starting of this chapter, and in 2014 Afghanistan also joined this group and made this number into 8 countries. Total number of 8 countries are there now in South Asia. Then I told you the geographical location of Southeast Asian nations or countries and the importance of India, as India is the centrally located, sharing its border with all the neighboring countries of South Asia. So India plays here a very important role in South Asia. Although it is not having its hegemony over these countries, but it is centrally located, geographically very important because it shares the boundary with most of its neighbors. Then I told you different phases of military rule, monarchy system, or we can say the king's rule, or the democracy in the countries of South Asia. What were the different phases and conditions, how slowly and gradually all of these countries opted and desired to have a democratic political system in their countries. So they had followed a different struggles and movement to bring democracy into their country. Like for example, in the very beginning of this chapter, after introduction, I told you what was the condition and different phases of military rule democracy in Pakistan. Why and what were the factors why military rule is so powerful there. Then I told you the condition of Bangladesh, which was known as East Pakistan, which was dominated by the West Pakistan mostly, how democracy came into Bangladesh. Actually there was a war between India and Pakistan in 1971 through which East Pakistan got freedom, and its new name was Bangladesh. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was one of the most important political leader there, and he had his own party, and the name of the party was Awami League. Then we talked about Nepal, which is ruled by the king mostly. All the powers are in the hands of king with the help of the army there. Then we also had learnt about the challenges which Nepal is facing today. There are 3 groups there: monarchist, Maoists, and democratic. These 3 groups were fighting there. And then in case of Sri Lanka, the things and the conditions were different here, as it is following the democracy since independence, that is from 1948. India and Sri Lanka are only countries in South Asia which are having the democracy since independence. They have been successful to maintain it. But there is an ethnic conflict between Sinhala and Tamils. There are 2 communities, they are into conflict. And in the last video I told you about the conflicts with Pakistan, which India is having a lot of conflicts, and there has been a lot of agreements and tried to solve the problem of India-Pakistan border areas and river water and many problems I told you in this particular topic. But still the problem has not been resolved as completely. And today's topic is India and its other neighbors. So we had already discussed the relationship of India and Pakistan and what were the conflicts and agreements between India and Pakistan. And today, under the topic India and its other neighbors, first topic we are taking is India and Bangladesh. What were the relation between India and Bangladesh? It means we will study it in two parts. First of all, we will discuss the disagreements or the differences or what were the conflicts between these two countries, and later on I will tell you what were the areas of cooperation among these two countries. So first of all, starting with the disagreement. So the first point, as you can see here, difference over the sharing of the Ganga and Brahmaputra river water. As we know, water is the most important resource which every human requires in their life, and for the many development activities or the economical growth we need river water for our industrial growth as well. So there was a dispute between India and Bangladesh in terms of river water, that is Ganga and Brahmaputra. If you will see the map of India and its neighboring Bangladesh, India, Ganga and Bangladesh, both of them deposit their water into Bangladesh. So there was a dispute regarding the water. Second part, you can see here, illegal immigration to India. As you know, you have already learned in the previous topics we had when we were doing about Bangladesh, democracy in Bangladesh. There was a war between India and Pakistan in 1971, which led to the independence of East Pakistan, which was known as Bangladesh. At that time, Bangladesh, East Pakistan, or we can say Bangladesh now, people from there migrated to India. So there was a lot of refugee problem in India. Although India had a huge population in itself, there was a shortage of resources to serve such a big population, and over that there was around 80 lakh people from Bangladesh coming to India during the war of 1971. So India has now problem with illegal immigration of India to India from Bangladesh. Now third is refusal to allow Indian troops to move through its territory. Now what has been happening from few recent years, Bangladesh is not allowing Indian troops or the military groups to travel through its territory. They are not allowing the Indian troops to move around the boundaries or through Bangladesh and move towards other southeast region. So the fourth one is not to export natural gas to India. Now Bangladesh is also a good exporter of natural gas along with Myanmar, but here they are refusing to export natural gas to India. And the fifth one is Bangladesh decision of not allowing Myanmar. Bangladesh is not supporting India to get natural gas or to get the export of natural gas, but along with it, it is also restricting Myanmar, a neighboring country of Bangladesh, also restricting Myanmar to export natural gas to India through its territory. So in these cases, 4 or 5 cases we have seen here, there is a disagreement, or we can say conflicts between India and Bangladesh. Although they are not a big issue between India and Bangladesh, but still there are some disagreements between India and Bangladesh. So after differences, now we will be talking about the cooperation. What were the areas of cooperation between India and Bangladesh? So very first point, you can see it here. Economic relations have been improved considerably within last 10 years. So this is 2020, and before that 10 years back we can see there is an improvement in the economic relations. If we talk about the economic relations, what can be the economic relations? We can talk about trade, commerce, free trade areas between import, export. These are the activities which has been improved between India and Bangladesh. Sharing of natural resources. So we can say there is an economic relationship improvement from the last 10 years. And the second one here, Bangladesh is the part of India's look east. This is very important. Bangladesh is a part of India's look east policy. What is a look east policy? First of all, here India want to improve its influence with Southeast Asian nations, as we had already studied in the previous chapter, in which we were name of the chapter was Alternative Centers of Power, and we read about ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Here India want to merge with them, to integrate with them, to have a economic growth, to have a improvement in the military, economic system, political system, and cultural influence as well. So here when India talks about look east policy, here Bangladesh is very important because it comes in the territory of Southeast Asian nations also. If we talk about Southeast Asia, that is why it is written Bangladesh is the part of India's look east policy to link up. If India wants to link up with Southeast Asia, Bangladesh will be playing a very important role. because of its geographical location. If we will see the map, Bangladesh and Myanmar will be playing a very important role in India's policy of look east. Okay, why Myanmar? That's why it's written. And the next is third, cooperation on issues of disaster management and environment. Here there is a lot of we can say cooperation and coordination between India and Bangladesh when it comes upon disaster management. Whenever there is a flood, earthquake, any natural disasters, both the countries are ready to cooperate and support each other. And the environment, this is natural disaster. And here environmental issues, there are many environmental issues which a single country cannot handle on its own. If we talk about global warming, greenhouse gases, so air pollution, water pollution. Okay, so these are some environmental issues which a single country cannot handle on its own, as these are the developing countries. So we need to cooperate with each other. We need to plan up the things properly and bring out some policies to tackle such problems of related to environment. So there is a good communication between India and Bangladesh in relation to environmental problems here. And the last one we can say is cooperation on identifying common threats and being more sensitive to each other's needs. Here, cooperation on identifying common threats. We, as a both countries, as a mutual friends, need to identify what are the common threats, what are the threats, what are the problems, what are the dangers which we both countries as a neighbors will have to face. For example, terrorism. So they need to identify such threat and find out some solution and policies to tackle such problems together. And being more sensitive to each other's needs, and we need to be very sensitive, caring, and cooperative to one and other's problem. Maybe we are not having such a problem in India, but Bangladesh may be facing some problems. So India needs to be sensitive to understand its needs and desires, and we need to help them. So these are some areas of cooperation and differences, disagreements between India and Bangladesh here. So moving forward here, after India and Bangladesh relations, we are moving forward to India and another neighboring country, Nepal. So what was the relationship between India and Nepal? As we know, normally these two countries share a very strong relationship. They have a very good relationship at the world level. So here we also again we will be discussing what were the differences, areas of differences, and what were the areas of cooperation among these two countries. And the talking of differences, first of all, first point, Indian government expressed displeasure at the warm relationship between Nepal and China. Of course, India is not happy with the good relationship which Nepal is also maintaining with China. As we know, China is a very powerful rivalry against India and also with Pakistan. So here India would not like good relations of Nepal with China. That is why sometimes India expresses displeasure or is not happy with the relations of Nepal and China. And moving forward here, there are not big issues between India and Nepal. There are some issues which I am taking up here. India is also unhappy on inaction of Nepal government against anti-Indian elements or activities. Here India also is unhappy because there are some activities going on in Nepal which we can say are harmful for Indian democratic system or the Indian as a country, or as it is centrally located. And as we know, our neighboring countries Pakistan and China are always in conflict with India. So some activities which Nepal is allowing in their country, so here Indian government wants some actions to be taken from Nepal government. And what are those some anti-Indian elements or activities going on in Nepal are, first of all, as we read in case of Nepal, Maoist there. These Maoist group, these are the communist groups who are fighting in Nepal along with the Democrats, and other was fighting for that's king's rule. Then the Maoist movement in Nepal is security threat to India. Here there is a security threat because of this Maoist movement going on in Nepal, and Nepal is having a border covering with India, and that is why in India we see there is a Naxalites group. What are these Naxalites groups? We can see these are the revolutionary armed groups. They are armed and they are small groups who are fighting guerrilla wars with Indian army and Indian police, especially in South Asia region and India's northeast region. And the countries which have been impacted or affected are Bihar in the north to Andhra Pradesh in the south. So these activities of moist in Nepal are like a threat to Indian security system because of there's a Naxalite groups in India starting from Bihar region to Andhra Pradesh in the south. So here Nepal government should take some initiatives to stop these moist movements. So, and the next one is Nepal thinks that Indian government interferes in its river water and hydroelectric. So here Nepal thinks India is a powerful country. It is showing its hegemony or power or influence or dominating Nepal internal matters and in terms of river water and hydroelectricity. So we can say interference in their internal affairs. So these are some small differences. They are not a big issues between India and Nepal, but here are some differences. Now moving on to the cooperation. What are the cooperation? If they have a good relationship, then of course they will have a good cooperation and coordination with each other. So very important point here is India and Nepal first of all enjoy a very good relation in the world arena. And as you must be very much aware about this second point, a treaty has been signed between India and Nepal where according to which we can travel in the other country without visa and passport. So if we have to go to and travel with the purpose of work or tourism or any other work, we can easily go there. We are not required to have visas or passports. So this shows the confidence and a good relationship between these two countries. Wherever in the other parts of the world we cannot travel without visas and passport, but here in Nepal we can travel. And the third one is cooperation and working together. Now here India and Nepal also showing their cooperation as they are working together in terms of trade. They are improving their trade, scientific research, common natural resources, electricity generation. So these are some of the developmental activities where Nepal and India are participating together for the development of all the countries in South Asia. So most of the countries in South Asia are supporting each other to have a good economic growth, and along with that economic growth they will develop in the world arena. They will have the influence over the world as a South Asian region of Asia continent. So these are the problems or we can say differences and cooperation of India and Nepal. So till then, thank you. You complete these notes and I shall be giving you assignment based on these two topics, that is India and Bangladesh relation and India and Nepal. So you need to finish these assignments properly. Till then, thank you. Take care.